Hey, aloha, aloha, happy Sunday. Uh, Today is Sunday storytelling. Um, Going back to the basics. All right, going back to the basics here. Okay, and the basics are you have to be blessed, you have to be grateful, you have to be thankful, you have to be, appreciative and respect. Show your respect to the Native Hawaiians. And why I said that is because here we are living on this land, uh, yeah, that they shared with us, you know. Uh, yes, um, God gave us the knowledge and the know-how so we can be able to find things like this, buying lands here on the beautiful island of Hawaii. Um, and then live off the land like we're doing right now. Um, so we are very blessed, um, and we must be thanking the Hawaiian, um, the Pele, the kings and queens, and for sharing this beautiful island with us. We're grateful. Today is Sunday, and I'm out here under my newly constructed garage. Beautiful garage. Um, Wait, my elbow. See, she's making taro. She's making pretty taro for us. I harvested some taros that were overgrown. Yeah, we kind of forgot about them, and they're pretty good. Yeah, they're pretty good. And on the stove we have tapioca. Let me show you. Yeah, on the stove we have tapioca. Um, I will also include in this video when I was cleaning the potatoes. So, yep, these are Okinawa potatoes here. And then the tapioca, we're gonna, yep. So we have, and then we have taros. So we have potatoes, we have cassava or tapioca or morioke or tiohang, and then we have potato, and then we have taro. Taro, see, we have taro, and I was chewing sugar cane. So everything is coming off the land. Yep, and we still have pigs, pork from our pig that we slaughtered. In the fridge, we have what do you call it? Let me see. And we have mempachi. So that's why we're cooking food, because we have mempachi, we have tape. Mempachi is mud in my language, mud in Chugis, I think. Rickshan, you need to show, or Myron, you guys need to teach me what mud in Ponapian. Tape is tat in my language. I think sas in Chukis. Yeah, so, yep. Yeah, I don't know, man. I love staying here on our land. It's beautiful nature, eating off the land, and then going fishing, So, I know the question will always be, how could you guys afford it? Yeah, how can you guys afford it? I think everything goes back to our house, and also us, working very long time with our employers. I was working with Target for 9, 10 years. My wife is still working at her place for over 20 years. So yeah, that helps. And then you know, we do invest in our 401k, our company's 401ks, and all that stuff. And I think it's also a mindset. I mean, if you want to do something and then you're gonna work hard for it. I mean, every penny that you get, you save it, and then you try to get things done. You know, as I've talked about in my videos, in my previous videos, I've always wanted, since I bought my house in Washington State, my mindset was already set on going and buy land somewhere else. And the original plan was Guam, but then Guam was too far away from us and pretty expensive to travel between Guam and the U.S. states, Washington. Hawaii is not too bad. Yeah, so, and make it easier for us to travel between Washington and Hawaii. So that's why we picked here, and fortunately we find some good deals here. I was just looking and praying and hoping that I will find something, and I've finally able to find this property, using notification on the apps, and I got the notification that there's a owner finance, and that's how I ended up with this land. The owner of this land was able to finance it for me. I think I've also told you guys in my videos that $2,500, so $2,500 down payment, $369 a month, 7% interest rate, no prepayment penalties, and so we started there. Yes, we bought 2 more parcels, but those are different story. We were able to find some cash, and we pay cash those. What else? Yeah, so it's all here. Mindset. I mean, so if I get $500 today, and you also get $500 today, and I save it to buy a land, and then you go spend it on, Budweiser, or go spend it at the casino, right? We each receive $500, but my mindset was based on saving so I can buy my land. You want to enjoy it today. Well, me, I'm still enjoying my $500 that I saved so I can buy this land, right? You already enjoyed going to the casino, and after that, there's nothing to enjoy. So I think decision making is very important. I always think of it as a two-way street. When I spend money, I always think of it that it has to be a two-way street. The money goes out, and something has to come back in return. And I think buying a property, buying a house is always that. Like in my head, I always think, okay, if I buy the house, even if I put tons of money on the house, at the end I will sell the house and get all the money back, right? So at least, and then if I buy the land, everything I do on the land will increase the value of the land. So which means every penny that I spend on this house, there's a high chance that I will get those money back. So it's those kind of thinking. So should I go join the I don't know, should I go, should I celebrate birthdays every time that there's a birthday? Should I make big parties every time, right? Or should I save those money that I would spend, right? So it's kind of it's up here, right? Yeah, if I'm gonna spend so much money on a birthday party or a wedding or something like that, and then it's gonna put me behind, and I'm not gonna be able to, I don't know. You just enjoy it one time, and that's it, right? So it's always decision. Sometimes we as islanders, when you get on food stamp, right, and then you on Section 8 or on, and then you figure that, okay, I'm making more money, so the government asked me to pay more on my rent because of Section 8. So instead of you picking up overtime hours, you're refusing to pick up overtime hours because you don't want your Section 8 rent to go up, your portion of the Section 8 payment to go up. And I always think of that as a trap. It helps because they help you if you want to go to school, for example. Then yeah, use it, so that way you can go to school and get the knowledge and all that stuff. But once you finish school and then you go out in the workplace, I think it's really a bad habit to reviews over time, or not to find a job because your rent will go up or your food stamp will get smaller. If you think like that, that's not a good way. That's very, 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 very bad habit. Okay, if you know you can, and you should, okay, if you know you can, get off the food stamp, get off the Section 8, go and work as hard as you can, make a lot of money and save a lot of money, so that way you can buy yourself a land, buy yourself a house, and you can enjoy it with your family, and you can share it with your community and stuff, right? Yeah, because when you that's another thing. When you own a house, you're still sharing it with your community, with your families, right? Yeah, so that's important. It's important to share with your community. So for me and my wife, it's always about our families, it's always about a community, and we've been blessed, to be in that position to help. So yeah, our house in Washington, we were using it when we have big events, like when someone passed away, and we gather at the house, and and on both sides of our family, so it's really good. And then we come here, we did the same thing. I bought a boat, we contribute to the community. We just killed a pig with Maridemita community, and we gave away another pig, so it's really nice. And I don't know, the feeling is great when you're giving stuff away, yeah, it's really great. Yeah, my relatives, when they come here, I give them food to bring with them from our ranch, and it's a blessing to be doing that. It's fun. I'm happy to do it, and share the love. Yeah, so it's a good, yeah. So instead of spending the money to go to the park, or to rent a community center, or to rent a place for your birthday party, or whatever, if you think like, okay, instead of spending this money to celebrate a birthday, and it cost me $1,000 or $3,000, why don't I hang on to this money so I can go buy me land, and then we can celebrate on the land free? It's my land, it's free, instead of wasting it on live partying, blah blah, partying every single time I see you, party. Okay, yeah, that's not good. I guess you can enjoy, don't get me wrong, I really want you to enjoy, but enjoy it, yeah. If you have money, celebrate, okay? Yeah, you might enjoy, okay? But there's still beautiful lands here in Hawaii. They're still cheap. Yeah, not as I always hate it when I say it's still cheap, and then I said, no, they've gone up. Yes, they gone up, but they're still affordable. Okay, so come on out here, guys. Come on out here and buy the land. From here to Hilo is 30 minutes. Only 30 minutes, okay? So don't be afraid of the distance, guys. It'll become like nothing if you live out here and commute into town. I live in Washington State, and my work was an hour drive to work. All right, so Sunday today. Everything goes. So let's talk about what else should we talk about? Think. All right, so building a house here, right? We don't have money to just build a house and finish it, right? No, that's why we build it piece by piece by piece. In fact, I can literally count how many pieces I've been putting together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 6 pieces of house, and then yeah, it's just getting bigger and bigger and more better, I guess. Yeah. These are really nice taros. They become so small. Yeah. Alrighty. Double shaka. Hey, aloha, aloha, and mahalo from our ranch. Chuki's music in the background. It's a Sunday, so happy Sunday, everybody. Beautiful Sunday here on the ranch. Beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Hanging out under the garage. Praying that we're gonna finish this roofing pretty soon. But today, we found menpachi, mud. We found tape. Tape is tat in our language. Sas, I think, in Chuki's, but tat in my language. Anyways, feel like eating potatoes, so I grab the shovel and go inside the garden and look for potatoes. And guess what? I found enough for today. So let me show you what I see. See, I found that's good enough for 2 people. 1 meal, maybe 2 meals. Yeah. Now, let me show you how we do it here. See? Where did my brush go? Uh-oh, I can't show you if I lose my brush. Up. So, here's my brush. Very dirty. But anyways, all I need to do is to take out the soil pretty good and stuff. Okay, so let me show you. First, just soak, you know. Let me see, maybe make the water stronger, flat. Chet, yeah, there. Chet, much better. Yep. And I get the brush and just brush off all the soil. Oops. Let me show you. See that? That's the real color. I get the brush. I brush out all the soil. Okay. See that? Nice color, huh? Okay. Put this one in the bucket. This one will remain this color for some reason, but so combine modern stuff. Okay. Alrighty. What I'm trying to do is get the soil off. Okay. More. And then I will use the brush on individual item. Alrighty. Okay, we'll continue our video when I cook it and show you how we cook it. Alright. Potato is very easy to grow here. Yeah, we got just a branch and now it's all over the place. The whole, it's just all over, growing all over. So it's a very, very kind of fast food, but it's very good for your health. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna pause the video and we'll continue later.